Hey, everybody. Yours truly, Toccara Nicole, coming at you. We're really excited for Tea Talks tonight with Toccara and Taniesha. Let's get it poppin'. So, we only do this every second and fourth Saturday. So, we're really excited that you guys are tuning in wherever you are. It's definitely a treat to have you. So, we're not going to belabor the time, as the church world says. We're not going to belabor the time because we had technical difficulties to belabor the time long enough. Amen. Can we get a hallelujah? So what we're going to do is we have Ieshia Donaldson, aka Ieshia the Influence, in the building on the platform. Super excited. If you guys don't know, she is indeed a co-host of mine with Vault Talks Women Share the Virtual Experience. She's been around since it was a baby when it was a radio show, but now we're here with the virtual experience. You can catch us live on our Facebook page. Head to facebook.com, Vault Talks Women Share, and you definitely want to catch today's show. Why? Because I have both of my sisters on the platform here, as man, it was explosive. All things relationship. So we talked about why people cheat. That's just part one. We're going to come back next not next Saturday, the last Saturday of next month, and finish that up. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that tonight. We're here to talk about self-love. We're going to change the gears and really talk about what that looks like, not just from a woman's standpoint, but just as a whole. What does self-love really look like? So, Taniesha, come on. Jump in somewhere with these glasses you got going on here. Come on here.
So, we're talking about self-love tonight, you guys. So how many of you really have self-love for yourself? Do you understand what self-love is? Do you have a clear understanding what it comes with, what it stands for? So let me tell you, give you some ideas and we can go from there. Self-love is how you develop self-love. Make self-love tend to know what you think, feel, or what do you want. Act on what you need rather than what you want. So it's what you need and not what you want. What's best for you, and maybe some things you think that's best for you is not best for you, but you're gonna do it anyway. But that's not self-love. It's understanding. So practice good self-care, set boundaries, protect yourself, forgive yourself. That's a plus. That's a big thing. We have to learn to forgive ourselves first. And then live intentionally. So, Ieshia, explain to the people, like, what do self-love mean to you on your perspective? So maybe somebody can understand from your clarity of how you understand it.
I kind of keep it a little bit simple, and self-love to me is simply doing for yourself what you do for those that you love. Because oftentimes, we go out of our way for other people, but when it comes to us, it's so much neglect, so much, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow, or if we do it at all. So just learning to cater to yourself as much as you do to other people, and really hold yourself to a high enough standard. Know that you're worthy of that love from yourself, even if you don't get it from anybody else. And just, putting yourself first.
Right.
When it's definitely when it's most needed.
Toccara?
Man, there's so many ways you can go with this, but I think that Ieshia said a lot. First of all, you have to know what it looks like to really love on yourself. And a lot of people say, I'm going to go and get a manicure. I'm going to go get a pedi. I'm going to get my hair done. And that's great. That is a form of self-love, but it goes deeper than that. It's about your mental capacity. What things you really need to do from a mental standpoint to be free in your mind so far. From this, and you're free from that, and you're free from able to identify those things that you're free from, to be able to welcome self-love even the more, because what we find out a lot of times is that we are serving in areas that really don't deserve that energy, just because it's something that is a power to us, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that we love to do. We might get attention from it, but are we really loving ourselves from serving that thing? You have some people who are really out here saying, "Oh, you know what? You can call me anytime. I'm there for you." But it's that behavior to where they want to love and serve you, but don't know how to love and serve themselves. So there has to be a balance with that, because a lot of people are not familiar with, what that looks like from the standpoint of codependency. They really think that, that's a healthy thing, and having that is not healthy. The fact that you have to be so codependent on somebody else for your feelings and your emotions to be valid, that's not love. That's not sharing love with yourself at all whatsoever. But a lot of people don't even know that they're exuding that energy out there, and it is called codependency. And so until someone comes alongside them and says, "Hey, this is codependency, and here's what this is, and this is why it's not healthy." Now, how do I know about this so much? Because my therapist really introduced me to the concept. So I had no clue of what a codependency behaviors were or codependency relationships were until I was introduced to that. And when I was introduced to it, I instantly was able to understand why people gravitated towards me in such a way, because I was giving them something that I wasn't even giving myself, if that makes sense. And so when you can learn that principle, it's helpful. So the thing is study yourself to show yourself approved. I know the Bible says study the word to show yourself approved, but I'm going to say it in this way: study yourself to know yourself approved, meaning that there's ways and behaviors that we do that we are not familiar with until we really sit with ourselves and start to unpack things. And then when we're unpacking these things, we to the foundation of it, and we're understanding where it started from to begin with. So where the seed was planted to be able to bring up this fruit that we aren't supposed to be eating, right? But it started somewhere, and to be able to learn that's when you can really walk in self-love, when you start doing the work to break yourself free from some of these behaviors and tendencies that you have that you don't even realize that you have, right? Because a lot of times we don't realize it until it's brought to our attention, either through a coach, a therapist, whatever that looks like. But now it's like, okay, it's in my face, and you guys know the saying, to know better is to do better. So now that I know this, it's introduced to me, it's up to me to figure out, am I ready to do the work to figure out what this is and figure out why this brings me so much quote unquote joy? Because what it does, it gives you a high, but it's nothing that's literally stimulating you for the long run. It's just a high. So when you can go to the bottom of the pit and do the work and figure out what that high is for you all the time, you wake up with it, you go to bed with it, you're driving with it, you're in Walmart with it, you're alone or you're with people, you're content with yourself. You love yourself so much because you've been committed to the process of doing the work. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to do the work, but they want the instant gratification of learning how to be this person. Well, you're going to have to do the work in order for you to reshape your mind, your heart, and your soul to be that person that God has created you to be.
Right.
Ooh,
There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. And I think people want to, like you said, that instant gratification. That kind of put me in the mind of emotional eating. When you say you get this high and you're doing things that you know that are not necessarily good for you in the long run, but in that moment, it's good, right? So, and I've struggled with that before, and I realized it years later. I didn't recognize it as it was happening. But yeah, that's the thing a lot of people struggle with, is it's like, we're going to eat this food no matter what time it is, because we want it, because it tastes good, because it's going to make us feel a void or make us feel better, or whatever it is doing for us in that moment. But as time progresses, the effects of it, we're not going to be happy with. So like Toccara was saying, we have to dig deep and figure out why, why are we resorting to food to feel that comfort? What is it? What's the underlying reason? And once you tackle that, then like you start doing the work and the whole, and I know weight loss is a journey for a lot of people. And that's when, a snowball effect of positive things begin to happen once you uncover, that hurt, whatever it is.
Right. Because mine used to be shopping for the longest. When I would feel some type of way, I would go out and shop, and it would make me feel so good until y'all ready, because I don't like being transparent. Anybody knows me, I keep it 199 until the bills start to be paid. Look, I'm like, what did I do with this money? I went to Old Navy. I went to all these places, and I felt good for that moment. And then when it was time to do something that I needed that money for, I was like in this place again. I was in a rut. So it was one of those things that gave me my instant high. You know, I was cute or whatever, and that was cool. But cuteness don't pay the bills. It don't put gas in the car. It don't do any of that. So when you really figure out that you need to figure out something else to sustain you. And you have to figure out what that thing is that you love so much about you. Because I had to realize that some of the things that I found to be unique about me, other people did too. I'm like, oh, cool, you know. But that was a process, because going through, you know, a relationship when I was younger, and I say younger because, you know, I'm older now. When I was younger, right? You know, being told you're a bald-headed bee, if I don't want you, no one else will. I didn't see value. I didn't love it. You know, so I saw my short hair as ugly. I saw my short hair as unattractive. I just saw it as this, who are you? You know, trying to figure out, you know, what would make me love me more, because clearly this person told me that when I look like this, I am not lovable. I am not attractive. I am not beautiful. So all these things. So I had to be like, oh, you crazy. You know, now that but that's work. And I can laugh about it now, but it was a dark place, because I would look at myself and I'd be like, I don't like what I see. And so you have to love yourself no matter who else validates you. And we kind of talked about this a little bit on Vault Talks today, but understanding that the best, thank you, Jerome Johnson, because I know you're watching, the best love of all by Whitney Houston is the love that you give yourself. Because you can't be anything to anybody else until you love yourself. Mom, dad, grandpa, auntie, boyfriend, whatever that thing is, you can't be lovable until you love you. You have to really do the work to understand who you are. Now, I don't care. I love me. And I love inside and out. Now, do I have my moments with, you know, oh my God, I can lose some more weight? Yeah, of course. But, you know, am I ugly? No. Am I ugly on the inside? Am I ugly on the outside? No. But that takes work. You have to really be able to be in a position to talk to yourself in a place of love. Your body, your mind, your soul hears what you're saying. It knows what you're releasing. And even the energy that you give in reference to your body, that's all energy. That's all, man. People don't think about that part. You know, you're standing in the mirror and you're talking bad to yourself. Okay, you need to really think about that, because you're literally speaking life into yourself, because words have power. And I tell people all the time, think about how God formed the world off of words. What are you forming your world off of by the words that you're speaking to yourself? And that's a process. Because, you know, I teach people all the time, you can't talk to yourself like this. This is not healthy. You can't, you know, and I'm only saying this from a place of me being able to understand some of the things that I say are crazy. And, you know, but I'm like, okay, I can say that because now that I recognize that it's crazy, it's self-love. Like, man, I love myself enough to recognize what I just said was nuts.
And I two things confused: self-love and self-care. They play hand in hand, but they're totally different, because self-love is mental and self-care is physical. So when you understand the two and the difference of the two, you can really take care of yourself better and then really face what you're going through. Because it was a time in my life I felt like I just didn't want to be here no more. I just give up. And when you give up, you just not loving yourself like you should love yourself. You just giving up to negativity, or it could be just something negative in your mindset or something that somebody said, and you took it in the wrong perspective and you just ran with it. You let words hurt you and you hold it in you and had you bondage. So you don't see yourself as being successful. You don't see yourself being motivated. You just see yourself being depressed and having anxiety. So that what tends to some people as females, we are depression eaters. So we try to eat our life because we don't want to face the situation that we go through sometimes.
Right. That's good.
I'll probably hit some points to somebody. They might don't want to admit it, but it is true. When you're depressed, either you don't want to think about what's going on around you because you're already frustrated and you feel like, okay, I'm just going to give up. I don't feel like even loving myself today. I'm not going to do my hair. I ain't going to do nothing. I'm just going to sit around and look like who done did and got away with it. And you need to pick yourself up and you need to just pray. You need to just give it to God and ask God to take all the depression from around you and have you feel in that mode, because a lot of us be stressed over stuff that's so simple because it's how a person said it. Because how they said it hurt your feelings. So if you're not a person that have high self-esteem about yourself and you have low self-esteem, you're gonna fall every time. So that's why it's so good to speak positive words into yourself and speak things into the atmosphere.
Yes. And man, it's a game changer. And a lot of people, we talk about it, but a lot of people don't practice it. Self-affirmations, just being able to speak life into yourself all the time. Like, and I tell people in my bedroom, I have this I am, and there's 24 I am words that describe me. And at the end, it says Toccara Nicole. So it's like, I wake up with seeing that. I'm reminded by it. In my mirror, I have a chalkboard marker and I write different things on there. So I'm reminded by it, so we have to remind ourselves. We have to be very conscious of that. And you said something, Taniesha, that's really key, because I suffered from this for a very long time. I was so prideful that I didn't want anybody to know when I was in that depressed state. And when I was depressed, I faked it so good to where people around me could not sniff that I was even depressed. They couldn't see. I don't care if you were a prophet. I don't care who you were. You had no clue. I covered that thing up so good. I would go to my 9 to 5. I'd come home and it would be a dark place. I'd find something to eat and I was confined to my bed. I did that for about 2 or 3 months at a time. And it was the darkest thing ever. But when I got up, nobody would know. I would be at my job. It was like I could control it. And when I really started to recognize that this was depression, I remember one of my friends, God literally allowed one of my friends to say, something's not right with you. You're not telling me, and I'm going to go and pray about it. And I'm like, darn. But I can laugh at that now. But I was in a place where I didn't want nobody's help. I didn't want to hear anything from anybody. I wanted to go through this and figure out, like, what was this? I didn't want to talk about what I was going through. I didn't want to be vulnerable and share. I didn't want any of that. But when I realized now that I'm on the other side of it, what it was literally trying to take me out of here.
Right.
And it was that dark to where suicidal thoughts, all these crazy emotions that were, anxiety, you name it, rejection, boom. It was like, boom, boom, boom. It was so crazy. And now that I look back, it was one of the best years of my life where I was being made, but this was staring me in my face. And it was literally like one thing after another. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was so ashamed of what I was going through to even tell anybody. I was like, nobody needs to know this. Nobody really cares. And I'm thinking, if they really care, wouldn't they be able to see it? So you all these emotions that are going through your head, But what I learned through that is that I have people in my life that literally love me and have taught me how to love myself. So Taniesha and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, Ieshia, just the power of your circle. And all this goes back to that. Understanding the people that you have around you, because the people that you have around you literally can speak life into you when you're lifeless, because they see it, they know how you move, they smell how you move, they know when you're off, because they're so connected to you, and it's an exchange. So it's not just they're connected to you, or what can I get from Toccara? What can I get from Taniesha? What can I get from Ieshia? No, they know, look, something's not right. Let me check in on my sister. Something's off. She's not responding the way she used to. They know how you move. And so when you love yourself so much that you can welcome people into your life like that, and you're not talking about, I wonder what they're going to take from me. I wonder, that's when you know that you're at a place to welcome love again. That's when you know that you're in a place to be able to give the love that you are ready to receive as well. But that takes work from literally digging down way deep and figuring out why do I keep coming up with this barrier that I don't want to give love nor receive love. And so what I realized, and God literally dealt with me about this, is sometimes we build a wall so tall that we don't want people to get over it. But what if he has those people on the other side? So he was talking to me like, instead of building a wall, I need you to build a bridge, because I need to connect you to some other people that need what you have, and you can exchange with, do that exchange, do that work. And so I do my best now to not build walls, because I know I can build a wall so tall, nobody getting in. Sunlight ain't getting in. Nobody, no access. Do not collect $200. Do not pass go type of wall.
Right.
And so just learning through those experiences, and I want to say this to somebody because I feel it's so strong. Allow your experience to build you. Allow your pain to literally birth purpose, because somebody out here, I feel y'all tugging on me really hard. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. You're in a place to where you literally are desiring to shift, but the pain of what you've been through is so tough. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. And we talk about this all the time. Some of the best moves are made from pain.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They really are.
That's what it takes. And a lot of people have to really understand is like pain is a part of it. There is no way around it. And like we talked on the show the other day when I was talking about pain has purpose, and it's like birthing a child. That baby not coming here without you going through some type of pain. You're not going to birth anything. God can't birth anything out of you without putting you through certain things, because we're not whole. We're not everything that we need to be. So it's certain things that we have to shed, certain people that we have to let go, certain things that we have to do differently in order to operate properly where he wants us to be.
Right.
So we just have to make friends with pain and struggle and know that it's happening for you and not to you. In every season, because just like you said, that depression will set in and those events will come back to back to back. You're hit with everything. And Toccara, people hide it differently. Like you hid yours out in the open, whereas I kept mine to myself. So I withdraw from everybody and everything. So it's just like cutting everybody off. But I've learned that you need people in order to come out of certain things. So that's where I know I went wrong, is just like kind of retracting from everybody. And I had a friend of mine tell me, it's just like, I'm here. You should have told me, what it was that you were going through. And just like you said, you feel like people don't understand. They don't want to hear it, that type of thing. Whatever it is you're thinking when you're going through what you're going through. And it's just like, that isn't true. Some people will hear your stuff and gossip and, that type of thing. But God has put people in your life that's here to really help you. So we have to utilize those friendships. And it's like you said, the circle that you have, the people around you, they're there for a reason.
Indeed.
Whether it's to teach you or to help you, like to hurt or to heal, they're there for a reason.
Right.
And it's amazing when you can identify that, and a lot of times when you're hurting, right, you're not trying to hear anything that someone's telling you, you're just, you're so consumed in your hurt. You just you don't want to hear nothing for a minute. You're not
just want it to go away. Yeah.
And it don't just go away. I wish it did just fade away. And it doesn't do that. And so, really being able to have healthy platforms like this to be able to help people understand that don't be ashamed of your pain. Don't hide your pain. Process. Let the process do exactly what it's going to do, because once you get to the end, you're going to be like, wow, this is a beautiful thing. And people are like, how do you see that? I have not seen a time in my life yet, and at 38 years on the planet, where my pain hasn't produced something that has been purposeful and beautiful at the end of it. It takes work to see it. And that's like that. If the glass is half empty or is the glass half full, how are you going to look at what you're going through? And when people think of pain, they automatically think of wounds and scars and things of that nature, which I get. But then at the end of the day, what are you going to do with that time that you can't get back, that literally was presented to you for a reason? What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with all those experiences that you learned? You just gonna just say this was a painful time of my life and I'm just gonna keep it moving? No, we literally are positioned to go through painful things in order for us to prosper in purpose. Like it goes hand in hand. And when you can really start thinking of it in that way, this is gonna sound really off for somebody, but you will welcome pain.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You will welcome it to come. You're going to welcome it to come. You're going to see why you got to be on this path. And when it goes, you're going to be like, okay, I get it. I needed that. Because if I didn't hit my knee as hard as I did, I wouldn't be able to pick myself back up and move forward now the way that I'm moving. And so it's like, it's a process, but it's when you can love even your pain,
that's growth.
Now that's a growth.
As well, because a lot of people, like you said, I'm strong-willed, you're strong-willed. We hide things from people that they so used to us being strong. They're like, oh, she don't go through anything. But it's a mind thing. When your mind is so strong, you can block anything out, but you're holding baggage. So when you hold baggage, they don't see it, but you know you're holding baggage because you feel the weight on you. So you have to learn to let that baggage go. And then you have to learn to speak life into yourself. Because it was the point that for me, before I got to where I'm at right now, I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always saved either. I used to drink myself away. Over and over. To the point that I kept drinking, so I couldn't drink no more. And I couldn't get drunk, couldn't get nothing, high period, none of that. Just drinking like water, and it wasn't doing nothing. Because my body got used to it. It got accustomed to it. And with pain, our body get accustomed to it. So when something happened, it don't affect us no more because we learn to block it out our mind. So you have to release it. Because if you don't release it, that's how we have aneurysm. That's how we have stress. Fall out, pass out. You have to learn to let it go. We cannot save everybody. We cannot take people other burdens on us, because that was I was doing. I was going through what I was going through, but at the same time, I was still trying to help somebody else. But their burdens became my burdens.
Yes.
And I had to learn to release it. And when you learn to release stuff, you have a better life. You have a better understanding, and your growth it'd be amazing. Because to see where I'm at now, I always walk my purpose, but I wasn't really birthing what I really supposed to birth.
Ooh,
what I'm capable of birthing is mind blowing. So what I used to look like 5-10 years ago, and to look at me now, they be like, okay, that's the same girl. You got to be kidding. Because I had to learn. I had to take the goals out my mouth. I had to take the dress down. And then I just had to become the little diva that I am. I didn't see myself wearing girl clothes back then. I was so tomboyish, it didn't make no sense. My mama probably thought I was going to be a butch. That's how bad it was. You give me some Nikes and I'm good. But to look at me now and how I look at myself now and how I'm so comfortable in my skin, but I can understand that why I wasn't comfortable back then because what I've been through. So to look at me now and to face all my fears, when I tell you guys who are looking on this live, it's hope for everybody. Don't never feel like you can come out of anything, because you can. You just have to look at the picture. Paint the picture yourself. Paint your own picture. Stop saying, okay, I'm going to see myself in 5 years. No, do shorter goals. Where you see yourself in 6 months? Where you see yourself in 9 months? Where you see yourself in 3 years? That's even better. Do a 90 days.
Yeah.
Just keep speaking life into yourself, and it'll be better. You don't do what people want to do. You do what's best for you. So if you have to, sometimes you have to take baby steps. We can't just jump and take big steps. Everybody ain't meant to take a huge step. Sometimes you gotta take baby steps. So you take a baby step and you get comfortable in your skin doing one thing, you can do anything else. Nothing that's blocking you. Anything is possible.
Yes.
I feel like I had to say that because somebody need to hear that. Like I'm just looking at the screen. It's like, oh my God, like it's comments, y'all. Like God is really in the atmosphere right now. Jesus, he's really in the atmosphere. So whatever you feel like holding you back today, tell yourself today, I'm letting go of everything. I'm breaking the chain of everything that's holding me back. I'm going to push forward.
Yes.
That's going to be your motivation for this week. I'm going to push forward. And
those small victories, should definitely be, celebrated. Those are definitely building blocks to other things that you can definitely accomplish. Because once you do one thing, and it's just like, oh, okay, I did that. I thought I couldn't do it. Then you
Right.
push yourself to do something else. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So definitely celebrate
Yeah.
yourself when you do overcome things that were so hard for you
Right.
to do,
Yeah.
because you'll soon realize that there's nothing that I can't do.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
true, and that's true for everyone, that there's nothing that you cannot do as long as you really believe in yourself, or one, that you can do it. But coming out of things, having faith is what
Yes.
Come on.
really will get
Yes.
you through. Like, that is necessary. It's not an option. And we treat God like an option sometimes. It's not an option. So you would
Wow.
definitely need that. You have to believe in something bigger than yourself, because you can't
Right.
do it within you. If you could, you would have been done it. It would have
Yes.
been
Yes.
done
Indeed.
already.
That's
So,
good.
and I'm speaking to from experience, because this is what I use to come out of my dark spaces, time and time again. So, definitely build up your faith. For
Yes.
those who don't believe, I don't know what to tell you. So it's
Mhm.
just like, you have to believe in something higher than yourself in order to get over. And we will always get over. And I was
Facts.
thinking about something that Toccara was saying about relationships. When you let people tear you down with words, and we
Ooh.
hold on to those things, and we let that shape how we view ourselves. So once we do finally break free from that, of course, we're people, so we want to be connected, we want to be in relationships. You're going to attract from your broken place if you
Yeah.
don't heal what, all the
Mhm.
trauma from your last relationship.
Yeah.
So, you're feeling like you don't deserve, somebody to treat you right. You're not worthy of being loved. You're ugly. You're this, you're that. And as you think about these different things, and then your self-confidence, you attract what it is that you think of yourself.
Right.
So prayerfully, God put somebody in your place that will build you up and bring you out of that. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, we're going to attract what we are. So it's
And that
best to kind of heal those broken places before you enter into, a new territory.
and that's important that you said that. Because there's no point of you entering into a new territory with old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for a breakthrough, you're looking for
Right.
something different. And self-love is doing the work to understand what your baggage is, and self-love is having that faith to unpack your
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Right.
And you want to unpack your stuff because you love yourself so much that you know that it's time. You're tired of being tired. You're, all that. The fact is that we need to practice loving on ourselves more. And
Mm-hmm.
somebody said something to me about, I don't know how to do that. That's never
Mm-hmm.
been taught to me on how to love me. And
Mhm.
I get it. I totally get it. Because no one teaches you that. That's not textbook material. That's not stuff that we learn in our upbringing, and what that looks like to love ourselves. If we do, there's a lot of times where it's attached to petties, manis, go shopping, treat yourself. You only live once, so blah blah blah. And to me, like,
That's that
no,
temporary high that you were
that
speaking on
temporary,
earlier.
Right.
that
Mm-hmm.
temporary high, what I was talking about earlier, and guess what?
Mm-hmm.
It leaves you in debt if you're not taught money management. Okay, let's be real. Um, so just being able to understand that you are enough to love yourself. And I think that is the struggle a lot of times, is that we don't deem ourselves as enough to be able to practice self-love and understand what that means for us. We're so much to everybody else, but time out for that. You can't be good to anybody if you're not good to yourself. And
Mhm.
love is really this. It's, what are you
Right.
putting into your mind? So
Right.
personal development is major. Speaking life to yourself is major. Having
Mhm.
those circles around you, the people who can really love on you. And here's the thing, when I talk about circles of love, I'm not talking about that you're always expecting something from these people. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what it is that you know that you have this circle of trust, this tribe, this team of people who get you. So, that's self-love all in itself, because you're being vulnerable enough to allow these people to come into your life.
Right.
That's when you can really identify that you are no longer stuck in a place to where you don't want to let anybody in because you're broken, and you don't want them to see that, nor that you want to even deal with it, because some people don't want to deal with their brokenness. Let's be honest. They rather do the surface type living instead of going underneath the surface and going to the root of it, because they're satisfied at where they're at, because at least they know if I take a right turn, I'm going to expect this. And I've been this way before, so I know how to navigate through my brokenness instead of me doing the work to be healed for it.
I want to share something, because it's so funny that you said that, changing your mindset. I actually did something last night with someone for my radio talk show, and I was sharing stuff about changing your mindset, and I'm going to read it to you guys because I just wrote it last night, and it's funny that we're going over it. So it says, transforming positive thinking into powerful living. That's change your mindset, change your life. And it says the truth is you have control of your thoughts, reactions, and responses. And once you understand how powerful your choice can be, you'll be able to change more aspects of your life than you can imagine. So it was a quote that really spoke to me last night, and I wrote it down last night, and I've been looking at it all day. And when you said change your mindset, I just happened to go on my computer table and just look at it so I can share with everybody else, because it spoke volume to me last night. So I hope it helps somebody else. God isn't trying to change your mountain. He is using your mountain to change you.
That's good.
So that was very deep for me. And that make you think like, oh, wow. Like, okay, I got to tighten up. I got to do better.
Yeah, because a lot of times we like to play victim in certain situations. And it's just like, no, this is not what's happening to you, or everything is not happening to you. You are making choices that, is shaping your reality right now. It's not always somebody else. It's you. So self-love is also, knowing, don't put everything off on everybody else.
Right.
Go within yourself, because you don't want to you're never going to get anywhere if you play victim all the time. And God, right, God isn't trying to hear that either. So you're going to be stuck in that place. You're going to be stuck in that place until you get it right. There's a lesson in all of it.
It's always a lesson on that.
And you won't get to that next level until you really understand it. I look at life like school. You learn all this stuff throughout the year. At the end of the year, you're tested. We're going to be tested on everything that God is, showing us and revealing to us. So if we're not ready for it, if we're not equipped, we would not pass that test. And we would not go to the next grade. We would not get to the next level until we do so. So, go within and really figure out, what is it that I'm missing? What is it that I'm doing? We love to blame other people for the things that go wrong in our lives. And I'm learning that myself. So that's a part of the self-love thing too. But the mindset thing is really big, because the way you think of yourself, the things that you say to yourself, change your language, you change your life. That's period. Like if you change the way that you say certain things, and I was listening to a live the other day, and it's just like when you're saying certain things about yourself, say that I'm getting better. Don't say that, oh, I can't do this. Say that I'm getting better and better every day. Like you have to speak life into yourself and encourage yourself just as much as you do other people. Believe in yourself just as much as you do others, and you'll begin to see that change within you.
Yep. So true.
I love it.
A lot of people speak life into people and don't say their own. You can't even talk life into yourself. You give and you give to others, but you don't talk life into yourself. It's like, when is you gonna wake up?
Right.
You're gonna listen to deliver to other people. You should be your biggest motivator. If you can motivate somebody else, you can motivate yourself. And I always say this all the time. I don't know. It just, God just made me say it all the time because I had to really understand that as years go by. I can talk life into people all day long, but if I'm not taking in what I'm saying to people for myself, something is wrong with me. And it's a really mental thing going on that I need to get healed from. I need deliverance badly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out here struggling. You only struggle because you're not taking in what you're doing now.
Take your own advice.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's
We
true.
have to learn to do that. We definitely have to learn to do
Sometimes it's
that.
all right to sit from your own cup. It's all right to sit from your own cup.
Yeah.
Because God, He gives it to us like when we're going through it. So we need it as we're giving it to somebody else. But we just bypass us like we perfect already and we helping everybody else. But it's just like that message was for you too. So you need to kind of sip on this and swallow this and take this in and apply it to your own life. It's not just good for them. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So you're going to have to take it in.
Oh, Lord, yes. This is good.
And look, he'll literally remind you, like, skirt, hold on, boop, hold on, pause and play. You know why you want to share that with the world at large? I gave that to you for a reason too. Hello, you'd be like,
okay. Yeah, and I realize that as I'm speaking and encouraging other people, you come to me with, your problems, seeking advice, and I'm spewing out all this good knowledge and wisdom, and it's like, dang, I need that. Oh, let me write that down. So I be speaking to myself while I'm, ministering. I would say ministering because that's what it is, but like, because it's coming from God. But just as I'm encouraging somebody else. So yeah, I'm learning to kind of really take that in. And just like people say, take your own advice.
Right.
Wow. This has been rich. We normally stay on for about 30 minutes. We're close to over 40. So, we're excited. If you guys didn't know, now you know. Tea Talks with Toccara and Taniesha, Taniesha and Toccara, Toccara and Taniesha, same deal. Tea Talks with us. Hallelujah. Every second and fourth Saturday. So this is what we do. We come on. This is the first time that we had a guest on our platform. So thank you, Ieshia, for coming on. Our first guest.
Special.
Woo-hoo! So we applaud you, and I definitely know we're gonna go back through the comments because we've been getting tons of comments, and I've been looking at them, the hearts, the stars, and all the love y'all been giving us since we've been on. Thank you guys so much. You guys just don't understand. Like, we really truly appreciate you guys are spending a portion of your Saturday night with us, either Saturday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you're catching this on the replay, we thank you because there's a lot of things you guys can be doing with your 42 minutes and counting, but you're here with us. We don't take that lightly. So to catch Vault Talks Women Share next Saturday, please do if you have not been on the platform. And I'm not just saying that. Catch, how can people tune in to your show tomorrow, Taniesha? Give them the information.
Yes. It's Millennials Ministry. So it's TOKOV radio. So on my page, if you guys not follow me, go follow me now. So that way, if you don't remember, you can just click the link. It's TOKOVLradio.airtime.pro. So
we'll leave that information in the comments too.
It's tomorrow at 9 p.m. in Eastern time. So we'll be on tomorrow. Sunday will be Mompreneurs. I rotate my Sunday. Not only do I do entrepreneurs, I also do mompreneurs. But mompreneurs is one of the nights that I strictly push out mompreneurs. They have their own floor for their own night, and I rotate my Sundays. And next Sunday it will be the panel talk. Yes. You guys definitely don't want to miss that. So watch out for the flyers because I will be posting. I will be tagging Ieshia and Toccara page. So just make sure you're following all of us. And please tune in starting on Monday night. I will be starting my Survival Summit. Everyone is welcome to watch. Men as well, not just for women, because we all suffering and we all survive something. So stay tuned. Us.
Yes, we're excited. Ieshia, how can people stay in touch with you?
You can definitely follow me on Facebook. like the Vault Talks Women Share page. I'm on there interacting. Also follow me on Instagram at Ieshia the Influencer. YouTube coming soon.
That is what's
I'm speaking
up.
that.
Yes,
Yeah, working on that. So.
yes.
Absolutely. The card
All
kind
right,
of
guys,
disappeared.
that was Tea Talk with Toccara and Taniesha. I hope you guys have a blessed and marvelous night. She just left us. Yes, she did. Yes, sister. There she goes. You got missing.
I will not let the internet monster stop me from being great on tonight. No,
No.
he can't have my greatness. The internet monster. No, I'm back. So I don't know where you guys were.
We were just telling everybody good night. That's all. We was missing you.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Tuning in. The internet. Don't let the internet monster stop y'all greatness. Okay. Keep pushing through no matter what. All right, we're out. Good night, y'all.